This is something that my family has grown to love over the past couple of years, and it really is something very special from Ninja with a lot of innovation, makes life so much easier in the kitchen. It's item K49580. I'm getting used to this. My first time with a host card. K49580, the Ninja Foodi XL 8-quart 8-in-1 pressure cooker with rack and air frying. So this is a 2-in-1 unit, actually 8-in-1. We've got a pressure cooker and an air fryer, and it has 8 complete functions just in this one unit. We have a sale price of $199.98, 5 easy payments of $40. So that you can pick up for five easy payments today. And let's just get right into it. So what we have here with our Ninja Foodi is TenderCrisp technology. Earlier today, I pressure cooked a chicken. Let's take a look at that. We pressure cooked the chicken. It looks okay, something that might be nice to serve the family. Look at that. So we pressure cooked that chicken. We got our camera 2 shot here. Look at that. You can see right from above. It looks good, but really not as appetizing as you might want to serve your family. And what we did with the Ninja and what it allows you to do is it allows you to pressure cook and then tender crisp. So I'm going to get the chicken out that we tender crisped here. And you're just going to see how delicious this looks. We've got the crispy on the outside, the tender juiciness of the pressure cooking on the inside. And let's take a look. Let's take a look at that. Yes, and we've got 5 color choices for you here today. So we've got the black. I think we're going to pull them up on .com too, so we can walk through them. So we've got the black. We've got the cinnamon. We've got the gray. We've got the navy, and we've got the white. So you can choose whatever color you think would match your kitchen the best. Right now I have the gray here in front of me. That's a nice complement to my kitchen, but I know a lot of folks are doing navy in the kitchen as an accent or white in the kitchen as an accent. So something for everyone. Cinnamon is always a favorite. I've known that since my time in the buying office, that foodie red, kitchen red. So we saw the TenderCrisp. And I just want to show that again, because that really just looks so delicious. Let me pull that up closer for you to see. I love serving this to my family, knowing that we're going to get that crispy on the outside, tender in the middle. And you know what? I should have a knife here so that I can slice into that. Maybe my husband, Sean, who's not only tech, but also will just help me grab things as we need them. No, this is not going to be sharp enough. Get me something sharper, please. So let's talk about those 8 functions that we can have here with the Foodi. And maybe we want to pull up the panel to look at that. So we'll also take a look here. Okay, so in this pot, you can make buffalo chicken wings. I've got some of those zucchini fries in that cook and crisp basket. Oh, look at that. That looks so delicious. You can dehydrate apple chips. That's one of our other functions. You can make salmon on the broiler. This will fit 8 pieces of salmon, believe it or not, when you use that 2-tier rack. And that's with the broil function. You can steam broccoli with our steamer function. You can make short ribs and veggies when you use the sear and saute. I love the option of making that one-pot meal. And then a skillet cookie, which I actually made one of our favorite things. You can make that with the bake and roast function. Beef chili with the slow cook. With those 8 functions, you can make something for everyone in your family, something for dinner, snacks, dessert, and everything in between. But there we have it. We've got tender on the inside, juicy, and there we go. So what we did here is we pressure cooked the chicken for about 22 minutes. It was a fresh chicken, pressure cooked for 22 minutes. And then it releases pressure, and you can start the air crisp function. And that just takes about, 10 or 15 minutes, depending on how long or how crispy you would like it on the top. It's one of the tips that I like to always share is when you're using the air crisp or the broil function, to set the time to what the recipe calls for, but then you can pick up the lid and you can check it a couple times, and just make sure that it's your proper crispiness. So look at all of the things that we can make here. We've got the boneless rib rope and rib roast, excuse me, your traditional cook time, which would be 28 to 33 minutes per pound, and then your pressure cook time, which would be 13 or 14 or 15 minutes. Any of those roasts that you're traditionally cooking, we can cook so much faster with our pressure cooker function, and it's going to cut about 70% of that time when you're using the pressure cook function. So you can do a ham, you can do a whole chicken. The chickens that I did here today are about 5 to 6 pounds, but you can even fit up to 7 pounds in our foodie. And you can also do boneless chicken breasts. Normally you would cook them for 20 to 30 minutes per pound. In here in the pressure cooker, you can do 6 to 10 minutes per pound. So this can take the place of, all of those things that you have either on your countertop or in your pantry or in your closet, because not only does it pressure cook, we've got that air fryer function, and we've got 6 other functions alongside of that. We talk about TenderCrisp technology at Ninja and how pressure cooking is great and, it locks in those juices, but we really want that juxtaposition of juices and crispiness at the same time, because that's what you're used to with restaurant quality. And this allows you to have that. So it's tender and locks in the juices and then crispy on the outside, making a delicious bite every time. But we've got the pressure cooking, we've got the steam, we've got the slow cook, we've got the sear saute, we've got air crisp, bacon roast, broil, dehydrate, and even a keep warm function. So it will replace all of those functions in your kitchen with just one unit. And I love to make my family one-pot meals where you use the sear saute function, and then you go into the pressure cook function, and then you finish up with the air crisp, just because it creates the flavors and layers in the flavors as you're using all of those different functions, and it cooks faster than traditional with less fat as well. So there we have it with our chicken that we talked a lot about. I've got quite a few other things here that I want to show you, including the French fries that are in front of me. So we can do, what does David always say? He says, sprinkle the salt from up high so that it gets on every delicious piece. And he calls these what? He always calls them the most perfect food, I think. So we've got those crinkle cut French fries. They are, crispy on the outside with the air crisp function, and then really, really tender on the inside. And I also made the gang chicken wings today. We make these all of the time. And one of the things that I like to give a tip about for these as well is that you can cook them either from frozen or from fresh. Either one will work. If you're doing it from frozen, you'll want to do the pressure cook function. If you're doing it from fresh, you'll just want to add a little bit more time to your air crisping. And, you want to pat them a little bit dry so that they get that extra crisp. And add a little bit of canola oil, put the lid down, and in 20, 25 minutes, you will have delicious restaurant quality wings. I'll tell a little story about wings, because I didn't know how to make wings before the foodie came along. And I was in the QVC studios with one of our food stylists backstage, and he was talking about wings he was going to make for a party. And I was like, oh, I've never made wings. I just always order wings. I don't think I can do it. And he was like, oh, you absolutely can. You just grab them at the grocery store. They already cut them into the flats and the drums. And when I got my Ninja Foodi, I said, well, I'm going to give this a try. Oh my goodness. And now we're making wings all the time. We have wing night here, all you can eat wing night right here in my kitchen, instead of worrying about getting it from the restaurant. So I love feeling like a chef. And my daughter Zara always calling me a genius chef because of all that I can do with my Ninja Foodi. So I'm going to repeat out. I always like to say, if I can do it, anyone can do it, because it's really, really easy to follow. You just have to we'll take another look at the control panel and where we can see all of those different features. But we have time and temperature buttons, and you just push the start and you choose the function that you want, whether it's pressure cooking, air crisping, steaming, slow cooking. You choose the function, you click on that function, it will pop up for temperature. You can toggle up or down for the temperature. And then you can toggle also for your time. So you'll choose, whatever the recipe says, or whatever whatever recipe you're using, or you can choose the time that you want to use for air crisping. If you like it a little less done, I'll say 10 minutes, or if you want it more done, you'll use 12 minutes. But it really, really is simple to use. We've got our foodie cookbook that I always love to go to for inspiration, and it gives you a lot of information with charts about air crisping and cook times that you need for all of the different functions. And we also have the quick start guide and user manual that you can just reference. And they're all available online as well. So it makes it very, very simple to use. And I find it to be easy every single time. So let me move out some of the other things that we're doing here. We've got burgers in the back. We've got mac and cheese. So let's just make that happen, and let's go see what else we've been cooking in the kitchen today. I will go right into the mac and cheese. And this is a recipe. Let me just get some of it to show. So with the mac and cheese, this is a recipe that you can pressure cook and then go right in to the air crisping to get that delicious panko breading on top. You can do the salmon in there. There's just so many different things. But here we've got our mac and cheese. Let me get that close up here to camera 2. And we've got that crispy panko breading on the outside and the creamy, creamy mac and cheese on the inside. So good. We're going to dig into this later for dinner. I'm pretty excited about it. That with the wings and the French fries and everything else we've been cooking. But this is a really, really simple recipe, and it's actually on my Instagram page, Jessica Hart QVC. It's from our Ninja Test Kitchen. They came up with this and tested it, and you can check out my Instagram page to look at the recipe. But you pressure cook the elbow macaroni to start, and then you mix in all the cheesy mixtures. And actually, you have to use evaporated milk. My husband today, when I asked him to help me prep the recipe, he got out condensed milk. And I poured that on top, and I said, oh, dear, no, that's not going to work. So I had to start over, and I grabbed the evaporated milk, and there we have it. Everything turned out perfectly. Okay, so we have 5 color choices for you today. And we've got black, we have cinnamon, we have gray, we have navy, and we have white. So an option for all of your kitchens. So with our Ninja Foodi XL 8-quart 8-in-1 pressure cooker with rack and air frying, we have a retail value of $279.99 and a sale price today of $199.98. That could be split into 5 easy payments of $40. And I tell you, this is something that we keep on the counter all of the time, day in and day out, because we're always making recipes from this, whether we're just making the margaritas that we showed at the top of the show, or whether we're making wings for our family wing night, or if we're going to make a one-pot meal. My daughter loves the chicken pot pie recipe in there. But you can dehydrate, you can pressure cook, you can stack those layers of flavor by pressure cooking and then air crisping and getting our TenderCrisp technology. But we can make our flavorful meals much, much faster than traditional methods. And a lot of power in this vessel as well, with 1,700 units, 1,700 watts of power. So here, you know what, I might want to slice into this. So let me grab my utensils, and we'll be right back with you. I want to slice into the cookie skillet here because this is something that we love. Oh, Shawnee, could you get me a little plate to put this on? So we will grab a little plate. This is something that I always love to order at a local restaurant, and they make it very well, and I enjoy it. There's my husband, Sean. Wave, Sean. Say hello. And the first piece, as we know, is probably always the hardest to get out. So we might just ditch that one. We'll see. maybe I can get a second piece out of here that's going to look a little bit better. I think Sean's just going to start eating that one on the side. We'll get the second piece out of here and that will look a little